Well, let's do it. Okay, so this morning, it's technically listed as a miniband circuit, but not everybody has minibands. So we'll talk about ways that you can do it with weight. So if you have a miniband, you can use that. If you have weight, that also works. Okay, so 4 exercises to do. Doing them 5 times for a total of 20 minutes. We're doing 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off today. Okay, so let me show you what we're doing. I'll show you the miniband version and then the version you can do with the weight. All right, so single leg glute bridge, we're not really going to be using much. You don't have to weight that at all, actually. There is a way you can do this with the miniband, and it would be like putting the miniband around your feet and then having it around your knees. But I don't like that just because I want you to be able to pull one knee in towards your chest. All right, so for this single leg glute bridge, we're just going to tap your waistband or tap your belt to the floor and then push up through your heel, lifting those hips, right? So we go here for 20 and then we'll just switch sides. Making sure that I like to think of this like the angle between my chest and my leg as Pac-Man's mouth, right? So as you do this, Pac-Man's mouth should not be opening and closing. Pac-Man's mouth should stay as close to closed as possible, right? So this angle right here between my thigh and my chest should not move as I push, right? So instead of this is just back arching. Okay, you can kind of see how you involve more joints there. All we want is your hip to be doing the work. Okay, so no weight needed, no weight, no miniband needed for that. Next one, Sldl. Okay, so of course we're used to this, right? You can hold the weight and tip down here like this, right? But one option for you, say you're traveling or you are somewhere where you don't have access to your weights, you can always throw a miniband in your bag. Takes up literally 0 space, right? So we just step on it and just use that as your weight. So it doesn't give you much, but it gives you something, and it's a little bit different. It sort of pulls you a little bit differently than if you were using a weight. Okay, so that's that. Lateral walk, miniband lateral walk. So this is the one you really need you really do need a miniband for this one, but we do have variations that work the same muscles. Okay, so miniband lateral walk, we're going to put that right around your ankles, and we kind of get down in like a ready position or athletic position, and we step out to the sides. Okay, making sure that we don't turn toes out to the side, right? We want toes pointing forward. Like if you were wearing skis, the skis wouldn't cross, right? Now, if you don't have a miniband for that one, we'll do a side bridge press. Okay, so you're on your knees doing a side bridge. You press that bottom leg into the ground to lift up. So we want to work the outside of your hip here, right? And so if you don't have a miniband, you got to use some gravity, so it's going to look totally different. All right, so we push up like that. All right, last one. Oh, I'm sorry. Last one. A lunge position. Okay, so lunge position is one foot in front of the other, all right? Like you're almost about to put your knee on the ground. So lunge position row, you're gonna be in that low lunge position. This front leg's doing the work, and then we pull, show you this side. So we're down in that lunge, and we just row. So we pull here. If you don't have a miniband, do the same movement, but with a weight, okay? So we're holding that low lunge and also doing a row for 20 seconds, and then we'll switch sides, okay? All right, and I'll be talking through the whole thing too, so no need to memorize, but I just wanted to give you the once over. Let's go ahead and get started here. Starting off on your back today. Then we're gonna lie down, pressing those hips up. You're gonna use 2 heels to do this one. Press your hips up, tuck your tailbone under. Okay, almost like you're trying to be a little bit hunchy. And then from there, we're gonna reach up, reach as high as you can, forearms on the floor. And then we're gonna slide those elbows down into towards your back pocket. The lower your elbows get, the more your hands have to come in, because we want your forearms to be parallel. So after you make the letter Y, as soon as you start to slide, we want your forearms to be parallel to each other. And we're just sliding up and down Remember, we're not arching our back backwards. We're tucking your tailbone under, or almost kind of think of scooping your belly button down towards the floor. And good, let's relax those hips down to the ground, roll over onto your side. Knees stacked right up on top of each other. Fingertips on top of each other with straight arms. Now we're gonna open up. As you open up, let's keep those knees stacked right on top of each other. Don't let the top one pull back. It means you're probably gonna have to engage your abs a little bit just to keep that low back strong and steady. Opening and closing whole time. Want that range of motion. All right, good. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Those fingertips are always going to touch. So remember, as you close up, we want to get that full roll and even maybe even touch your top hand beyond your bottom hand. So we get that full rotation in your upper back. Yeah, let's do one more. Okay, last stretch on your back here. We're going to be lying down, cross one ankle over your knee. Okay, and then the leg that's not crossed, you're going to reach through and grab the back of that leg, bring it in towards you. So as soon as you bring it in towards you, you should feel a stretch in your hip. And good, let's go ahead and switch it up. Let's cross that other leg over. The leg that's still on the floor, you're gonna reach through the middle. Okay, like you're reaching through the middle of the number 4. Call this a figure 4 stretch, because if you straighten your leg, it kind of looks like an upside down number 4. And good. Let's roll over to all fours. Okay, we're gonna do a few bird dogs here. So with the bird dog, you're gonna get as long as you can from your tailbone through the top of your head. And we're reaching with opposites here. So everything else is gonna stay stable. We're gonna reach your heel away and reach forward with your opposite hand, thumb towards the sky. And we switch. And let's just alternate here. Most important thing here, it's not as important to get your leg parallel to the ground, because what we want is a stable spine as you reach. So if you start to raise your leg, a lot of times your low back will dip. You'll get that arch in your low back, but what we want is long and strong from your tailbone through the top of your head, keeping your spine steady as you go. And good, let's relax. We'll go ahead and stand up from here. Okay, put your weight on one leg, pull your toe up towards pull the other leg up, your other toe up towards your chin, sorry. And then we're gonna push those hips back to get a stretch down the back of that leg. And so I've got most of my weight on one leg. The other leg, I pull my toe up and put it out in front of me just a little bit. And we hinge down, we should get a big stretch down the back of your leg. All right, good, let's switch it up. Again, you're gonna put most of your weight on one leg. The other leg's just gonna be propped out in front of you. As you push your hips back, we should get a big stretch down the back of that leg that you're not standing on, the leg that your toe is pulled up on. And relax, good. Okay, two-way lunge here to wrap up warm up. Two-way lunge, we're gonna step forward, take that same foot, step out to the side. Okay, so we're just starting to work your hips here, getting legs warmed up. We are gonna be in that lunge position, which can be pretty challenging. So we wanna get a good warm on your legs. And let's switch sides. Last one. And good. Okay, we are ready to go. Remember, it's listed as a miniband circuit. If you don't have a miniband, I'll try to give you as many variations as possible. Including, I'll pull out a regular band, like a big band, see if we can find some variations for each one of those. Okay, 40 seconds on, 20 off. We'll get started in about 10 seconds here. Lying down on your back for the single leg glute bridge. 5 seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Start pushing with that heel. I guess I'll start the clock. There we go. Does help. Remember, we got 20 seconds each side, keeping that knee nice and close to you. Remember, Pac-Man's mouth stays closed. 5 seconds left. 2, 1, switch sides. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. All right, Sldl is next. Remember, you can hold that weight, or you can hold the miniband as an alternative. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and here we go. So if you have a miniband, of course, you're going to stand on that band and hold, right? And we hinge down like that. You can hold a weight in just the same way. If what you have is a bigger band, we just step on it, hold with both hands, and hinge here. Lots of different options today. Switch sides. I'm not going to use my miniband for this just because I'm a little worried that my hand is a little too far away from my foot and I don't want to stretch it too far. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and relax. Next one, miniband lateral walks. So that miniband goes around your ankles. If you have any problems with it around your ankles, move it up to your knees or just above your knees or just below your knees. It makes it a lot easier for one, and it takes away stress on your knees. Okay, here we go. We're just working side to side. One thing to think about, upper body should not be tilting back and forth. Right? We shouldn't see shoulders tipping side to side. Imagine you have glasses of water on your shoulders. And you're trying not to spill them. We're just working back and forth here. We're halfway. Should be feeling this in the outside of your hips. Remember, those toes are going to face the same direction. Go straight forward. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and rest. So for those of you without the minibands, I will, next time through, I'll review the side bridge press. Because I know not everybody has a miniband. The other thing, we'll do the lunge row here in a second. In 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Lunge position row. You step on that miniband, almost doing like a front forward lunge. If all you have is a weight, you can also use a weight to do the same thing. Right, so you just hold the weight in your hand. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Getting down to that nice low lunge position. It's not going to be much of a challenging row unless you have a heavy weight. 10 seconds. But we should feel the legs here for sure. Keeping that back knee nice and close to the ground. 2, 1, and relax. All right, that's round 1 out of 5. Single leg glute bridge is next. Back on the floor. Okay, 2 seconds. 1, and here we go. Remember, you may not get as high as you think your hips should go, but if you're keeping your thigh close to your chest, you may find that your hip range of motion stops there. Switch sides, and that's okay. The goal isn't to get your hips as close to the ceiling as possible. The goal is to work to the end of your hip range of motion, which is going to be a little bit limited if you have your thigh close to your chest. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and relax. Good. Sldl is next. Again, you can step on that Miniband. You can hold a weight in your opposite hand. I'm going to go with the bigger band. And here we go. Three seconds left on this side. 2, 1, switch it up. Five seconds. 2, 1, and relax. Miniband lateral walk is next. Okay, I'm going to show you a variation of the lateral walk with a big band. All right, so what you'll do is you'll step on the band. Just, it's a big loop, right? So you step on it, give it a twist so it makes the letter X in the middle, and we pull it up nice and tight. Okay, and here we go. All right, so now I'm still stretching the band at the outside of my feet. I still like a Miniband a little bit better for this, but it kind of depends on the equipment that you have. So whatever works best for you. 20 seconds down, 20 to go. You can just count like 5 back and forth. Just make sure we get the same number each way. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Lunge Position Row. Again, you can use a weight for this. You'll be in that lunge position. Your chest can face the floor a little bit more than usual. All right, so you can get a proper row. 2, 1, and here we go. So here's how you do this with a non-mini band. So you just put lots of weight on a regular band. All right, and we pull up like this. Nice and deep into that front leg. Front knee should be at about 90 degrees. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and switch sides. The other thing about putting a band under your heel is that it makes sure that you keep your weight there. Right? So we want weight in your heel. If your heel comes up off the ground, you'll know it because the band will snap you in the hand. 3 seconds. And rest. Good job, guys. That's round 2. Glute bridge is next, laying on your back. Starting in 5, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Lying on your back, keeping that thigh close to your chest. Three seconds. 2, 1, switch sides. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Sldl is next. This time through, I'll demonstrate the weight version. Oh, no, where's my weight? Oh, there it is. This is going to be our pretty standard Sldl. 2 seconds, 1, and here we go. So I stand on one leg, hold the weight in the other, and I'm going straight down. One thing to think about here, that back leg should be going straight back, right? If you have a mirror, you shouldn't be seeing your foot going out to either side, right? You want it right down the middle. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and switch sides. So think of that foot being on a track, going straight back. Should end up facing, or being straight behind you. No rotation there. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Lateral walk. So I think for most, aside from the lateral walk, I think for most of these things, using a weight is better. Again, if you're traveling, we just want to give you some options. 2, 1, and here we go. Remember, we're staying in that athletic position. Hips are back, right? Knees and hips are both bent here. A lot of times we kind of see this where just knees get bent. Okay, we want your hips back too, like you're getting ready to jump. 20 seconds left. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Wrapping up round 3 with lunge position row. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So I'm going to demonstrate with the weight here. Take that big step forward. And then we're just pulling your elbow up to the ceiling. So you're leaning forward a little bit, not chest on thigh. But you are leaning forward a little bit more than you would for a normal lunge. 3 seconds. 2, 1, and switch sides. Getting down nice and deep in that other leg. 10 seconds left. 5, 2, 1, and relax. All right. 2 rounds to go. Back up top for the single leg glute bridge. Two, 1, and here we go. Should be feeling all of this in your cheek. No tightening of your low back. If you're feeling tightness in your low back, try to scoop your tailbone more. And you want to touch your low back to the ground each time you come down. Switch sides. So every time you go down to the floor, you got to make sure that your low back is touching and not arched up. Five seconds. 2, 1, and relax. Sldl is next. Lots of hip stuff today. Okay, here we go. That's good though. Hips are important. Remember, if you got that mini band, you're going to hold it in one hand. 3 seconds on this side. 2, 1, switch it up. 5, 2, 1, and relax. Lateral walks. Again, if all you have is a big band, you're going to step on it. Give it a twist. So it kind of makes a letter X. Okay, 3 seconds. 2, 1, and relax. Or sorry, go. Don't relax. We just did that. All right, so here's the side bridge press again. So we're pressing that bottom leg into the ground. Notice it's not just lifting your top leg. Okay, the top leg isn't really moving. Top leg's only moving because my hips are moving up and down. 3 seconds. 2, 1, switch sides. Kind of in that side plank position, then we push the outside of that knee down into the floor. It's almost like think of it the same sort of action as a glute bridge, except we're on our side. 3 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Lunge position row is next. To wrap up round 4. All right, 2, 1, and here we go, lunge position row. Switch sides. Try to keep that free hand off of your thigh if you can. Get a little less to prop yourself up with. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, guys, last round. 4 minutes of work left this morning. 5 seconds. Starting with glute bridge in 2, 1, and here we go. Five left on this side. 2, 1, switch sides. Three seconds. 2, 1, and rest. So all this hip work this morning is really good for those of you with low back stuff, knee stuff. As long as there's not pain with the movements, all this training of your hips is really important for that stuff. And here we go with the Sldl, sorry. All right, so all this training around the hips helps you to stabilize your low back, helps you to stabilize the position of your knee. Okay, so your hips protect the joints above and below it. Switch sides. Five left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Lateral walk. Part of today's workout is changing the bands so many times too. All right, here we go, side to side. Remember, we're in that kind of ready athletic position. Keeping those shoulders from swaying back and forth. Halfway. Ten left. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, last one here, lunge position row. Getting down nice and deep into that lunge position. All right, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and here we go. And we can lean forward a little bit just to get a proper row. So we don't want your back straight up, but we also don't want your chest on your thigh. So find a happy medium there. Switch sides. Ten seconds left in our day, gang. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and rest. All right, good job, guys. I would say overall maybe a little bit easier one this morning, but tomorrow will get you. It's one of mine. So, and it'll be my last circuit of the week. So in celebration of me heading out for a long weekend, I decided to put you guys through a tough circuit. You're welcome.
Cool.
Yeah. You can thank me if you want. Like I'll take text messages or emails.
Oh, thanks.
Tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Great job
Okay.
today. And we'll talk to you soon.
Bye. Thank
See
you.
you.
Bye.